Good evening, I'm Andrea Anderson. Sexual assaults and rape are already crimes that many South Dakota communities are currently fighting. But something that's becoming more common in the state isn't helping that cause, and it falls into a legal gray area with no clear punishment right now. Cooper Seamer has more in our top story here at 6:30. Cooper, good evening.
Yeah, Andrea, community advocates and now state lawmakers are looking to tackle a growing issue nationwide and right here in South Dakota this upcoming session in Pierre, and that's the growing trend of sex stealthing. It can already be tough for victims of sexual assault to speak up about their experience or even report it in the first place. That's a situation that Georgia Lee Flynn found herself in.
This is something that is near and dear to me because I was a victim of stealthing.
Stealthing is defined as when, during intercourse, one of the partners removes the condom without the knowledge or consent of the other party. Only a handful of states have any legislation on stealthing, as it's only come into the public conversation in the last few years. Flynn says adding stealthing to already existing laws on sexual assault can be a start and encourage more victims to speak up.
I've always hated to use the word victim because it feels like that's for something much bigger, but this is an important issue, and I think expanding that language does kind of include everybody.
Flynn went to Representative Caden Whitman of Sioux Falls, and the two are now in an effort to change that at a state level.
It's a fact of life. We've got to have a conversation about it, and we have to create a tool and an avenue for victims to seek justice when they are on the receiving end of this assault.
While working with Whitman on drafting language for new legislation, Flynn also put together a survey for people to fill out to gauge their interest on cracking down harder on stealthing.
The vast majority of individuals that participated in the survey weren't aware of the terminology stealthing, and then when we expanded that definition in the survey with the follow-up question, now that you know the definition, would you classify this as sexual assault? Overwhelmingly, people said yes.
Flynn says even if it takes some time, action is needed because at the moment, there's not many avenues that victims can go to report this and expect consequences.
There is nothing that by law will do anything to the perpetrator in an incident like this.
Flynn and Whitman say they're reaching out to community organizations to help not only spread the awareness of stealthing, but to seek their help in putting together legislation that'll try and fight this trend. Whitman says it'll be a slow process to get this off the ground, but those conversations need to start now.